Hey guys, this is Frozen to the Stranger Things Family 2004 here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm gonna be doing another rant video and a rant on a show that has just recently came out, and my god, it was just awful, and and yeah, it was so bad that I definitely had to do a rant on it because yeah, and this show I am ranting on is She-Hulk Attorney at Law. So She-Hulk Attorney at Law is the eighth MCU Disney Plus show, and stars Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk. Also has Mark Ruffalo, Charlie Cox, Benedict Wong, the actor who plays Abomination, but I forgot the name, and yeah, so basically the plot tells the story of Jennifer Walters, a lawyer who's Bruce Banner's cousin, but then in a car crash, Jen gets her powers from Bruce's blood from a car accident. Then Jen becomes She-Hulk, and then but she doesn't. She chooses to stay with her own, to have her own life than be a superhero. I mean, she chooses to be a normal person than a superhero, despite um transforming to She-Hulk. She causes controversies. So yeah, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. I remember when this show was first announced, I kind of had optimistic about it. I did not want to hate it, but I wasn't really crazy about it either. I wanted to enjoy the show because I've always I like every single one of these Marvel shows. I remember with all the Marvel shows announced, there was not a single MCU show that I was not excited for. Well, when they were announced, I couldn't even remember what was my least anticipated MCU show. And but when yeah, but the moment the trailer came out for the show, I knew that this was going to be trash because that trailer was so bad. Like that was such a one of the worst trailers I've ever seen in my life. I mean, yes, the that trailer is probably better than any crappy kids movie trailers, but that definitely doesn't say much. Yeah, that trailer is just awful. Worst MCU trailer ever. Yeah, it looked so cringy and so it looked so overly cheesy, and the CGI of She-Hulk looks one of the worst CGIs I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, I was dreading this show ever since. And even though even though the trailer was so bad, and not even the trailer for not even the second trailer could like literally save anything, could even like make me more excited, or like rather dread less. After seeing She-Hulk Attorney at Law, all 9 episodes, which the finale just came out today, She-Hulk Attorney at Law is nearly as bad as I predicted it would be. Yeah. Throughout watching this show, I thought that this is gonna be like my second worst show of all time, second only behind the Dynasco, and without like dethroned, I'm good as the worst MCU show. Um, there was something that probably made this maybe hate this less, but my goodness, this was an abomination. I hated this with every fiber of my being, and my god, dude. No, Marvel. I've defended Phase 4. You know, I'm a defender of it. I understand why they could need the MCU after Endgame. I'm the only one who understands it, and people are even saying that the two Avengers films are necessary. I think they're necessary for a reason. I think people just say that this Phase 4 are unnecessary are not true Marvel fans, because true Marvel fans like me would actually understand why they're continuing it. I mean, we're in the multiverse saga, and then after the multiverse saga, it's most likely going to be mutant saga with the X-Men and stuff, and other mutant related, and maybe some projects that aren't so mutant related, but well, still part of the mutant saga, which mutants is one of my most anticipated MCU shows. So yeah, um so yeah where do I even start with this? Oh yeah, back to what I was saying. Back to my point. I've defended Phase 4 because I'm probably one of the only people who understands why it exists. I've defended Black Widow. I've defended Doctor Strange. No, Eternals. I defended Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. which is um which is actually nowadays my favorite movie of 2022. I defended the even Thor: Love and Thunder, and I defended Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I even defend What If. Not sure if Hawkeye and Moon Knight are underrated or accurately rated, because the reviews seem to be all over the place. That I cannot jump to a conclusion if if both shows are loved or not. But yeah, but I know shows like One Division is accurately rated, Loki as well, and yeah, Miss Marvel is the first MCU show that underwhelmed me. That I was not a huge fan of, because it was because I mean my thoughts still hold up on my review. Although I want to give it a chance soon. Yeah, I really want to give it a chance. But and I also wanted to give She-Hulk a chance too. I wanted to be surprised by it, but damn it, this show is garbage, literal garbage. Yeah, I mean, where do I even start with this? First, let's get out with some redeeming qualities out of the way. It's thankfully better than I Am Groot, but that definitely doesn't say much. I Am Groot is probably the only MCU show where there's like no redeeming qualities. It's an irredeemable 1 out of 10. She-Hulk, it has a few things that I like, that keeps away from keeps me away from hating it more. First of all, Daredevil. It's an obvious positive. A lot of people seem to like say that Daredevil was a surprise, because I mean, some people were waiting for Daredevil to show up, but then he didn't. But yeah, I was like, I honestly was dreading Daredevil, because first of all, I wasn't sure about this yellow suit, which by the way I actually really like his yellow suit now, after seeing it on screen, and I thought that they would ruin Daredevil, because they said that Marvel said that they were going to make him lighthearted, but thankfully they didn't ruin Daredevil. They actually didn't. They actually made Daredevil a how do I say this? They made Daredevil like the same as the shows. Like he didn't go out of character, and he was still a badass. And yeah, he had a little fight scene, and especially the hallway fight scene. Man, that fight scene kicks ass. And yeah, episode 8 was actually a pretty solid episode. She Hulk wasn't as annoying as the rest of the series, but yeah, the not whatever. Yeah, I actually enjoyed episode 8. The only episode I enjoyed. I liked Wong in this, although I feel like I'm starting to get tired of Wong, because he appears a little too much in the multiverse saga. Like I'm very sure like he's pretty much the key to the multiverse saga. He's like the center character, not, and I like Wong. In fact, I like him a little more than Doctor Strange, but I feel like Wong was unnecessary in this. I mean, his appearance was pretty solid, but you know what? Screw it. I don't like Wong. The more I think about it, I don't like Wong. And yeah, but yeah, yeah. Wait, I don't like Wong, and that's pretty much all my positives. Is there anything else? I like that Hulk has a son in the end, and I like how they set up World War Hulk. Uh, I think the finale did have some great ideas with this meta, going very meta in the MCU, but it was just not well executed. I'll explain that later. Okay, that's all for my positive. Now let's get to the bad stuff that really pissed me off about this movie. No, show I mean. Um, First and foremost, yeah, this doesn't have a story at all. I mean, basically, Jennifer just gets blood by a car accident, becomes She-Hulk. That's the only story here. I get that this is supposed to be a sitcom, but it's just not well handled. Like I couldn't get invested. And plus, One Division is a sitcom as well, and at least it had a story. At least each episode there's actually something going on. My main problem with She-Hulk is that in almost every episode of the show, with the exception of the final two, literally nothing happens, and they're just so forgettable. I can't even remember what happened in the previous episode. Like maybe that's kind of the effect of Disney Plus releasing their episodes 1 week apart. and I'm kind of against the idea because either you get so excited for the next episode that you be tortured to wait an entire week, or you just forget what happened if you're not into the show. Yeah, but I think it's better if Disney Plus takes notes of Netflix and releases their shows one every at the same time so we can binge them. I don't get why Disney Plus has to like and also Prime Video as well. Prime Video does that. Hulu does what Netflix does with the shows. Thank God. Um, and what else is there? Yeah, She Hulk is my least favorite MCU character ever. I'm sorry, but She Hulk is just so unlikable. She's so arrogant as well. She literally brags that that she's better than Bruce. She thinks that women are better than men, even though it's clear that there's no gender comparison here. Okay, I don't want to be sexist. I mean, I've been an anti SJW once, and I don't want to be an anti SJW ever again. So I mean, just because I hate a female led MCU shows doesn't make me how do I say this doesn't make me sexist or anti SJW. I mean, I love there are some MCU female heroes that I would personally look up to, like Kate Bishop, my favorite MCU character. Period. Who else? Yelena, MJ, America Chavez, Elsa Bloodstone, Cersei, Black Widow. There's so much MCU female characters that I can look up to. Hopefully, Emilia Clarke's character in Secret Invasion as well, which I am beyond pumped for. Yeah, sadly, I haven't been impressed with an MCU show since Moon Knight, but Secret Invasion's gonna bring up my love. But hey, at least we got Werewolf by Night. But yeah, my point is that I'm not sexist just because I hate this one. It's just sad that that this is how Marvel repays me for defending their MCU Phase 4 projects that are poorly received. Yeah, it's just sad um that they go with that like this abomination. Yeah, yeah, Jennifer Walters is not a good role model to to girls because she it's wrong to brag about yeah, it's wrong to brag that you're better. In fact, I don't like comparing genders, men and women, even though I obsess about women more than men, as you can see. Like you may think that I prefer women over men, but seriously, you can't compare both genders. That's just unfair. I think all of us should be both genders deserve to be treated equally. But I want equality. This show doesn't observe gender equality, and that's just sad. Um, yeah, I hate She-Hulk. Her CGI is ugly. Plus, she's not even hot, and like I know people wouldn't like me criticizing that, but that's the truth. I just don't think she's hot. I mean, she tries, but she just tries way too hard to be hot, but she's not. And yeah, um, I couldn't care less about most of these characters, with the exception of Daredevil and maybe Wong. Even though, like what I said, I'm kind of getting tired of him. If like this, he shouldn't have been in the show. But other characters like the non superhero characters, like they're terrible. I couldn't care less about them, and even the villains as well. Like another thing the show does is that it tries to build up so many things, but it doesn't even do these build ups lead to nothing. Like for example, in episode 7, they kind of reveal the true villain, which is Jen's one of Jen's former boyfriend, Josh. Like Josh was one of Jen's boyfriends, but then Josh is secretly evil when he took Jen's blood, and then they did nothing with that. What? Seriously? Like wow. And what else is there? Titania is the worst MCU villain ever. Yeah, my God, I hate Titania so much. She's just so cringy. She's just everything wrong with the villain, and yeah, she's worth it. She's worse than Malekith. I said it. Yeah, Scarlet Witch is 1 billion times better than Titania. Yeah, every time she shows up, I was like, oh God, not her. Like, and plus she was in the Good Place. A show that I'm passionate about. Yeah, how could that actress go from the good place to this? Oh, yeah, really offensive. And yeah, this is an offensive show. It thinks it's harmless, but actually it's not harmless. It's offensive. And yeah, this show mostly focuses on Jen being a lawyer, and I couldn't care less. I mean, the show also like doesn't even the way that they handle the lawyer aspects. I don't even think it feels right. Jen's a terrible lawyer. If you want to watch a show with a better representation of lawyering or whatever you call it, watch I mean, watch the Daredevil's Netflix show, and for sure Daredevil Born Again. And speaking of which, yeah, I'm sure I'll like Jen in the future of the MCU. I'll probably like her in Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, I mean I'm sure She-Hulk will appear in that show. I think I'll like her in the two Avengers films, Kang Dynasty Secret Wars. I think she'll be a member there, and yeah. Um, yeah, I'm sure I like her there. What else is there to say? Eh, oh yeah. Also, let's talk about the worst scene in the film. No, no, the show. My God. Uh, the worst scene in the show. She Hulk and Mega Thee Stallion twerking. Oh my God! Don't get me started on that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It's just cringe. It made me vomit. It literally like put me in the bad mood for like 5 to 10 minutes. And I was literally that literally traumatized. I mean, twerking in an MCU show. What the actual hell, Marvel? Why would you think that's like? Why would you literally include twerking in an MCU show? I mean, my God, this is such an immature show. Like, there's nothing mature about it. It's just so immature. And yeah, well, what an embarrassment. What a shame. And also, wait, there's actually other things I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Oh yeah, the freaking celebrity cameos in this show. Like 2 episodes, they force in like a celebrity star. Like, are you serious? I forgot the celebrity star that appeared in who appeared in episode 4, but Wong's love like romance with her is just with that the celebrity is just cringe. Like, why even include that? Yeah, that's like, oh. And yeah, the show is just boring. It's not enjoyable at all. Yeah, and I just don't care. So yeah, oh yeah, let's talk about the finale for a bit. Yeah, I mean, I like that finale is going all on meta. I like that it's very self aware that the show's a mess. Even like Jen said herself, and she wanted to go to the studio to fix the show, but I think the way they handle that is the execution is so bad because they made Kevin a robot like an Otto like Otto from Wally, like that robot, which is so stupid. And and She-Hulk literally brags that she has the best MCU project, and she like puts all other MCU all the superior stuff in the MCU to shame, like when they're really better. I mean, the only MCU project that this is better than is I Am Groot, and I would rather sit through Captain Marvel any day over over this trash fire show. Yeah, yeah, that was such an underwhelming finale, even though it's one of the better episodes of the show. So overall, She-Hulk Attorney at Law it's a terrible show. It's an absolute disaster, and I hate it with a burning passion. Yeah, I can't believe the MCU would actually like think this is a good idea. I mean no, it would have been a good idea, but the way they did it was just so bad. And even though I've defended Phase 4, I can't believe that this is where they've gone. They've gone in this direction. I haven't. Yeah, I'm sure the MCU, the Phase 4 would end on a really high note because I am beyond hyped for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It'll be way better than this piece of garbage. So with that said, I'm gonna give She-Hulk a Cherry Out Law a 2 out of 10, a very very low one. Yeah, I would have given it a 1 out of 10 if it wasn't for Daredevil. So that's all for my She-Hulk a Cherry Out Law rant. What's your opinion on She-Hulk? I know this show has its defenders, and I'm glad you like the show when I can't. I just really can't get into it. So yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my ranking of all MCU Disney Plus projects with basically all the shows and Werewolf by Night and I Am Groot included. I'll do that maybe tonight in my area. Bye guys.